Okay, hello, and good Woche, good Moed. Here we are, Chol Hamoed Pesach, gewaltige time. So I saw very different kind of Sipurey Baal Shem in different sefer. I don't have it. Zat Hashem, I will see what I can do in order to get it. But it's a different knack in the sense that it talks more about the Baal Shem and Avodas Hashem, and less about the miracles of the Baal Shem Tov, which is usually it's the usual knack of the stories of the Baal Shem Tov. Usually, people talk about these amazing things, which is above nature that he did. Say that right? It's obvious anybody in the level of Baal Shem Tov could do that. But the story that I think that I will tell about Baal Shem Tov, two little stories that are um, very unusual in the genre of Sipurey Baal Shem Tov. One of them is that the wife of Baal Shem Tov could not read. She couldn't even daven in the siddur. Ah, what is this? Like, well, the answer is that uh, because of the fact that she could not read, her tmimus was such that she enabled the Baal Shem Tov to reach the madrigas that he did. We know that during the 20th century, situation in the world went, the way it did, and women started to learn, and there's Sarshneer, and there's all those things that are um, that we know about, but it is not a mila. It is not a mila. I mean, it's a chisar because the generations. The women need to learn how to read and how to write and how to this. And they're working today more than they did in all of this. But the thing is that at that particular time, the tmimis of the women was such. The wife of Baal Shem Tov did not know how to read. And everything was tmimis, kedusha, and tznius. And when the Baal Shem Tov, so that's the first story. The second story, which also has to do with women, is the Baal Shem Tov. The famous story that we always tell during Shvi Pesach, that the Baal Shem Tov was going on the way to Israel to try to meet with Or Chaim HaKadosh, Rabbi Chaim Ben Natan, and his brother-in-law, the Baal Shem Tov's brother-in-law, managed to get to to see Rabbi Chaim Ben Natan, and it was just like because Rabbi Chaim Ben Natan was in Eretz Yisrael only for like 2 or 3 years. I think it was 1742 to 1745. That was the only time that. So at that time, the Baal Shem Tov went to Eretz Yisrael and to try to meet with the Or Chaim. And the Or Chaim told him already that he won't be able to come to Eretz Yisrael. When the Baal Shem Tov's brother-in-law came to the Or Chaim HaKadosh to learn in his yeshiva, and he told him, that his brother-in-law, Baal Shem Tov, wants to come to Eretz Yisrael to see him. So he said, you should, send him a letter and ask him, um, because Baal Shem Tov can see everything. When he sees me, ask him, he can see my entirety from top to bottom, from my head all the way down to my toes. Does he see the full stature? So he sent the Baal Shem Tov a letter. He got back the letter from Baal Shem Kodesh, that said, the Baal Shem Tov said that he sees the entire side except he doesn't see the feet. So Chaim HaKadosh told Geshen Kittemer, who was the Baal Shem Tov's brother-in-law, to send a letter to the Baal Shem and told him, don't bother coming because you won't be able to meet. We won't be able to meet. And the Baal Shem Tov and the Or Chaim HaKadosh they met, Mashiach would have come. But the Baal Shem Tov, nevertheless, decided he's going to go, and he went all the way to get to Istanbul. He got to Istanbul. It's a famous story. But the story that I actually want to say is that Baal Shem Tov said that the people, the Frum Yidden of Istanbul, had neshamas from the world of Atzilus, beyond anything anybody else says. Why? Because the tznius of the women in Istanbul that enabled them, today when they see, the women that go around, wearing all black and whatever it is, some people make fun of them. I don't understand why people make fun of them. Why don't they make fun of women that are going out, practically half naked or going in bathing suits? They're basically naked. Why are you not laughing at them? You're laughing at those that are totally tznius. Their men were zoichet to neshamas from olam ha'atzilos because of the tznius of their wives. They lived, amongst the Muslims in Istanbul. All the women, were covered from head to toe. They were also covered from head to toe. Was zoichet to such gewaltige neshamas. So this will be the story of the Baal Shem Tov for this week. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Inyan, to remind ourselves from the Sichos of the Baal Shem HaKodesh, the Sichos of the Kedusha. And what I actually want to do is I want to bring up the Sichos Haran for this week, which is, let me see here. Let's see this for a second. We're talking about Sicha 303. This is Shin Gimel. This is a very, very important topic. We said it quite a few times before. This is a one-time, Rabbeinu says, Nosson says, a one-time Rabbeinu spoke to me about the revolting nature of the famous tithing. And he says, anybody who thinks, who fantasizes immoral fantasies is a shaitan. He's a fool. He says, even a simple person, balabos, he also, would give anything. He shouldn't be caught with, in such a thing. I mean, even if he's not some big Yer Shemaim, he wouldn't want to be caught with, that they will catch him with another woman. What kind of a... So why does a person need to, to think about these things and be mitzvah himself for nothing? And we said, the person has the ability to divert his thought the way he wants. And we spoke about it, and he also says, and you will be happy forever if you will choose to accept this and go with this. One of the things that we said it in the share already, young people do not realize. There are many different things that when you grow older, the demands on you become easier, become less. Parnasa becomes easier in the sense that it's not that you have more, but usually you have less, but your needs are diminished. You don't have a family that you have to raise. You have children that you have to marry off, and many different things. And the same, similarly, A person is usually not in the same kind of living on the edge. He's still able, there's still this, still that, or there's, chas v'chalila be doing things that, that show me, okay, listen, the person is older, so. But there's one thing that does not change, and that's lascivious thoughts, essential thoughts, and fantasies. I don't care if you're 100 years old or 150. There's still, this is a challenge that does not go away. And the problem is that when these thoughts come, it's like you're just thinking about the idea of these thoughts, and your mind is like slippery slope and it goes right there. And when a person is inside, is thinking about these things, he feels that that's me, that's my natural place. For me to fight it off, it's not shy. How can I possibly fight it off? I mean, it's beyond me, it's up on. So the answer is you have to ask HaKadosh Baruch Hu to help you. There's no other way. You can, in the beginning, you ask HaKadosh Baruch Hu to help you, and you see, like, he doesn't help, he doesn't help me. Keep on asking, keep on asking. And very soon thereafter, you will see HaKadosh Baruch Hu is helping you. He's helping you, and it's also a problem to stay away from this. And keep on asking, keep on asking. Last week, we were going to be betten, shivati, the cry has to come out from the inside of you, the innermost part of you. Cry out and beg out to HaKadosh Baruch Hu to save us, because this is Avodas Hashem. This ultimately is Avodas Hashem. I mean, it says that why do people come to tzaddikim, for Rosh Hashanah? They come to Rosh Hashanah to be zoche with the purity of thought. There was one I don't know how many years ago, a Breslover, a very important Breslover on Purim, that he said that the thing I'm most proud of is that for 25 years he didn't have a thought like this in his head, a fantasy like this in his head. I mean, yes, you have to daven with kavana, with all the koshas, stay away from that, everything else. Ultimately, the biggest test there is in this world is hold your mind, be the leader of your mind. The easiest way to break away from a thought like this is to think another thought. There's no way there'll be two thoughts in the head at the same time. So you think about something else. You can prepare for yourself, a few things that would be fun to think of that you can choose while, under the what do you call it, the influence of alcohol, the affluence of alcohol, whatever you want to call it. When this demon like takes over a person. It gives you these kind of thoughts. Beno says that the damage, the spiritual damage that is happening when these fantasies come up is immense. Is immense. It's not a laughing matter. This is our avoidance. This is what we need to do. This is what we need to concentrate. At all times. Right now, at any age. It doesn't matter how old a person is. This is what needs to be done. Especially, Pesach, such a gewaltige time where, chometz is thoughts of, of this, of taiva. Keep your head clean. Keep your mind clean. If a thought comes in, take it out. If you didn't take it out, when you catch up to it, stop. It doesn't mean if you already stayed an hour with it, stop. When you catch it up, right then and there, stop. What good does it do? I mean, I was spent, I don't know how long I spent with, It doesn't matter how long. The main thing is when it's within your capability you just stop. You just stop. No reason, don't explain it to yourself, I shouldn't have this and that. Just stop. Think a different machshava, go a different direction. It comes again, it feels like it's a lost fight. I mean, you keep on fighting, it comes back again. It doesn't matter. Every time you stop, you get a specific scar, a merit for doing that. You have no idea. The Rebbe says you don't worry about the fact that these things come to your mind. It doesn't mean that you are I don't know, a low life or whatever it is. It means that you have to fight it. This is your avodas Hashem. He says, Rebbe said, don't bother with it. The fact that it comes and it attacks or whatever it is, it's fine. The only thing you need to do is just fight it off. That's it. It doesn't matter you're winning, just fight it off, stop it, go to something else. That Hashem should help us, and we'll continue to have a Freilich and Kosher Pesach, Hashem, we have a great week. And Tusha and Tahara, that Hashem, we have in Nahara, we have Kriyas Yamsuf, so there's a certain secret that came in sequence and on Kriyas Yamsuf. Moshe Rabbeinu said, cry out to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, HaKadosh Baruch Hu said, what are you shouting, crying out to me? You tell Am Yisrael to move ahead. But Hashem, it's a whole conversation. We'll talk about it as well. But Hashem will talk about it. It's the secret for this Indian, Matitza Kelai, why are you crying out to me? The Arizal revealed to Reb Chaim Vital, and he lost his son because of it. It's such a, dealing with natural glycerin, reading the secrets of that level. That's the secret of Kriyas Yamsuf. And until very recently, they wouldn't talk about it, but today, these generations, it is easier to talk about it. It's important to talk about it. So we will. B'ezrat Hashem, Chag Kasher v'Sameach, Arbe Simcha, Arbe Tov, B'ezrat Hashem. B'ezrat Hashem will soon hear B'suras Tovos, B'ezrat Hashem, with everything that's going on around us. Now, so B'ezrat Hashem, we'll do Tshuva Shlema, B'ezrat Hashem, soon in our days. Kol Tov, and have a great, great week.
Kol Tov. Thank you. Yes, but you also a great week.
Hatzlacha b'kol